You want to fuck with
At least by 11 o'clock. I done got you fucked up. Can you keep it going? God damn.
You want about
What about your daddy? Hell no. You gotta fuck with a nigga. Nah, I mean, I fuck with you. I swipe that card, but god damn.
So how much success you having on this budget?
I'm some cool.
You ready? Okay.
But it gotta be fun. See, you gotta get lost in that fun. If you start thinking about what am I doing with this nigga, then you out of there. That $100 don't even mean nothing. But when it's fun, she's like, this nigga some cool. She only know I spent 80 on him for 3 hours. You see what I'm saying? You just gotta keep it fun.
Oh my God.
He take number 10, 12.
Oh my goodness.
Now you eating at the crib. That's another key. You eat at the crib. But nah, we ain't in. I don't even want to.
Okay.
So now I'm spending so much game.
Okay, yeah. Keep all your secrets.
Now mind you, if you do wanna, if we turn up for a dinner, that's different. You gotta swipe that card hard, but we gonna bar hop and hit the. Let's get a little piece in Netflix that shit. We ain't fucking with these niggas.
5 points.
Chill.
5 points. I need some 5 points. What you want, the rolls? The little butter with the little
rolls with a little garlic.
Let's do that. For the 20, come on. Swipe that. And I tip you hard. Let's go.
Cool. You know, have you been filming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, welcome to 28th and Jefferson. This is the new year. We're in 2020.
Clear vision.
Oh yes, clear vision. So I'm so excited to be with the crew again for another year of 28th and Jefferson. Duly noted.
That's fucked up.
Duly noted.
When somebody said it, you supposed to say that. What kind of shit is it?
You don't have to say it.
That's
right.
I know it in my heart. So you ain't gotta go ahead and cap for the camera. Go ahead and cap.
Anyway, let me go ahead and be honest with you guys. I am not 100% fully prepared for today.
Why is that?
I've had a couple of life events that happened to me. So my mind is just not really there.
Is this medical, sexual? What are we talking about?
I need to pull up? No. Okay, so I had a shingles outbreak, and for those of you, it's fine. You can't catch it. Look at y'all.
Scary.
I'm just saying.
You can't catch it.
I don't know.
Unless you have direct contact. So you don't have direct contact.
I'm using your charging aid.
Anyway.
I mean, I think you should.
So we got Ange and we got Josh in the room.
I hope I don't.
Josh, what the streets talking about?
Hey, it's January streets. Oh man, streets is feeling good right now. It's 2020.
Okay.
We feeling good. Ain't nothing too crazy happening. I'm finding out people are spending $100 to go to New Year's party. I didn't know that. Normally I got my ear to the streets. I just found this out.
Wait,
so if y'all big weird
outfit
niggas
included or just the ticket?
No, that's what I'm saying. Imagine. I will respect that if a nigga get a tee, you know what I mean, a little jeans, a little, you know what I mean, little, niggas is doing 100 no fit included. That's like getting the toy no batteries. You know what I mean?
No batteries.
Nigga get to the. I'm like, so I said, where do they work? Y'all got that cake. Now niggas getting that cake.
You don't have it like that?
I can't. I would feel horrible. I mean, I could.
So you don't feel like it's worth it?
You never spent $100.
Is that what you're saying?
I can spend it, but I need to do it myself. Don't charge me at the door. If I go in there, let me swipe. I get a Jack and Coke, and at Minerva they gonna bust you. So two Jack and Cokes, I'm at 100. Now I fuck with you, fam. Look, I do, but I'm saying two
signature cocktail drinks.
Yeah, if he say let me get you one, you know what I mean? I get two drinks. I'm at 100 already, but I spent it myself.
You said, okay. But you don't want anybody to tell you this is what you need to.
I feel like you're getting old.
I mean, it might go with like a free drink.
It better be strong. I don't know. So anyway, maybe that's good. Maybe that means men are financially savvy enough to peel off 100.
It might be.
Cause I just got.
Maybe the economy growing.
That's good, and that's good, and maybe that's a lot. And whoever throwing it, that's good for him. Pat, who ain't here, maybe he 300 people in there. If you do the math, hate to count a nigga pocket, but he's good. Maybe that's why he ain't here. He's counting his bread. Maybe he's counting his bread. So that's good. You know, I love to see black business flourish. I love to see a black man do his thing.
Yeah, I like to edit, bro.
Yeah, but you know,
right.
But mind you, that's just me. I'm cheap. But
yes,
yes, frugal. Duly noted.
Came in here with the flask instead of the bottle.
Yeah, he upgraded this year, y'all. Y'all usually can't see. He always has like a little cup or something on the side, but
it'd be nice one day when you come in with that actual bottle. Well,
I'm used to.
He used to. He used to bring several, like a little case, and then he just decided.
I started bringing bottles, and we had a guest come here with 7 niggas with him. I said, hell no. What the fuck am I doing with this? Y'all talking about doing shots? Hell no. A little half a pint of Tito's. What am I do with that? Hell no. That cost me 20. 7 niggas.
Would you spend $100 on the bottle?
I feel really bad. That's alcoholic shit. But, I mean, unless it was an event. If I'm bringing a handle to the club or to the people or to some function, yeah.
So if somebody was charging you $100 for white Hennessy, you wouldn't spend it.
I don't know about all that.
That's that white hand though.
White hen. I spent $100 on black hen. How about that? Gotta give me.
They do have black hands.
Well, I can get $100 for the black man. I don't spend nothing. I don't spend no $100 on no white hen.
You know what? Just feed it.
Right.
It's cool.
But it's good to see you. You too, big hands.
Oh, thanks.
But I'm just saying, I mean.
Shit, nice.
Is this how we starting off the day?
Hey,
Obviously, you didn't get the memo with the shirts.
I didn't get a shirt, let alone the memo. So that's good, you know. Some people fuck with me, some people don't.
Oh, word on the street is that you have a shirt, you just decided not to wear it.
Nah, I wouldn't have done that.
You sure?
Oh, and congrats on y'all. Y'all had the new show out. That's real.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So good.
Which I love your intro on there. I'm like, look at her.
What's
Yeah.
show?
My girls was popping.
We'll tell them about the show you got.
So, WIT series just released their debut series. When was it? Sunday on the 5th.
Yeah, I
Which you
seen
can
the
catch it on Sundays, 5:00 p.m. There's 5 episodes, so you have 4 more to catch up on. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
WIT series.
Like 15 minutes. They going hard. It's
Yeah.
What is it about?
It's about Whitney Davis. It's a depiction of her life.
It's a comedic
comedy.
drama, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedy.
It's a sketch comedy series that highlights lifestyle of Whitney. She's a local entrepreneur, creative, and Instagram sensation. So she basically showing her day in life, scripted out by Zach here,
Woo.
and highlighted by MassCtv. So,
Yeah, we got AC, Noel.
You look like a little
as
snack in the
feature.
intro.
I'm a whole meal out here in this shit.
Hey, all right.
Hey,
so-
It's direct contact. Like,
Y'all direct contact.
Right.
I'm catching shingles for the love out here. That's how you gotta do it.
Yes, I do feature in the last 3 episodes as WIT's best friend, Vicky Hampton. So be sure to check that out. I'm a little nervous, so don't judge my skills. I don't know how great they are on the camera, so we'll see.
As long as you ain't trash.
Yeah, I'm quite sure you'll let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. If you
Just like
trash,
she
I'm
lets
like,
you know.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you trash. I mean, you look good with your trash.
No, I'm not even gonna go there. So
Thank you.
let's.
Don't start the year.
I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm not gonna start the year off like that.
Appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you start off
Okay.
with a
Thinking
clean
you're
slate.
All right. I had my and we're gonna get to why we're here too, but real quick, just for the flex. I did my first Atlanta show produced by myself. Didn't know nobody in Atlanta. Had 70 people pull up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Look what I charge them.
good.
$10. Cause I fuck with y'all. But whatever. 15 at the door, but you can do it 15 people.
Okay.
But you and your gas, that's 30 piece, ain't nothing. And you can drink in there. I go to y'all spot, nigga gotta bring the flask in the club. But anyway,
But once you get on the map, you're gonna be charging $100 and plus. to
if
get
my
people to
expenses
get
go up, the charge will go
That's
up.
what I was going to
But-
ask. The window.
Yeah.
How long do you wish to be at the $10 spot?
I mean, as long as I can eat. Now, if people try to, I really want it to be a thing where you can bring your gal for the cheap. So that's my whole goal.
So next,
But what if you ain't get no gas?
So next New Year's, next time around this time next year, you do a show in the A. You want to go for the 10.
Unless I go to a different venue, like I went to like a nice little spot, which is cool. If I upgrade the venue, okay, now we're moving. You know what I mean? We're moving up. So like y'all said, they said it was a nice spot. So at the New Year's, so if it's a nice spot, they gotta pay you know what I mean? They gotta make theirs. I ain't mad at that. Other than that, I'm gonna take care of y'all. That's my. I want to make it cheap. I don't want to make it crazy. So anyway, we had 70 people in there: white, black, gay, trans. We had transgenders in there.
Oh Lord.
But it's the A, so that's of course. You know how y'all get out.
Already.
No, I'm just. I wanted to let y'all know that we had different. It was everybody in there.
While
I
putting
was white
emphasis
folk,
on the
I-
trans.
I
We
think
got
we
it.
got that.
Well, anyway, so that was my first out of city show. And next we're gonna aim for Charlotte, and then I'm hit the M, and we're gonna do
What
that.
about Nashville?
Come on, now. You know how you get down to Nashville. Maybe you don't.
Don't.
Well.
Well, just like 80 people,
Because you
100
haven't
people.
said that
You
you
at Cafe
had a
Coco's
show.
tonight?
Everyone, you pulling up. Don't care.
Tonight at 9?
$99.
Nah, but I know.
See how they do you. But nah, yeah, Cafe Coco every Wednesday at 9. And then we throw shows monthly, like comedy shows you pay for to get in. So yeah,
Cool.
we're gonna get popping.
Well, let's move forward. Today we have our first guest of the new year, Mr. Patrick WALKER-REESE.
Hey, welcome to the spot. Welcome to the spot.
Oh, it's live in here.
We here.
Welcome to 28th and Jefferson. So starting off, first just let the people know a little bit about yourself.
Patrick WALKER-REESE. I am from Nashville. I went to school around the corner.
You was East Lit.
Nah, Meg's.
That's right. Yeah.
So when I first moved up here from Chicago, when I moved up here from Chicago, like people like used to rob you for your sneakers. That was like at the height of the rob your sneakers era. So I used to get off the bus up here, and I put on like play shoes because this used to be the projects, like
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the projects down here was like walk throughable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm changing and I'm walking, and then after about a month or so, I realized they was kind of cool. I could leave my like shoes on. But yeah, I went to school right here. I'm an educator by trade. I've been an educator like forever. Started off at Martha O'Brien and Casey when I was young as a transition coach, and just saw the importance of like. But I went to Human Fall after Meg, so I always saw this kind of like dichotomy between like good schools and like not good schools. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time. I remember going to Human Fall like the first day, and we walked to like TSU to take the pre-ACT, and I was like, oh, whoa. So I came home, had my partners that went to like Stratford and Maplewood. I was like, what y'all do at school today? Because me just being young, I'm thinking like, everybody did this today. It's high school. It's how high school started. I'm like, y'all went to take that test? They're like, bro, what are you talking about?
For real.
They like, nah, we watch movies. So by Thursday, they was still watching movies. And that's when I knew like, bro, it's going to be hard for them. Because I'm going to school with these kids and they like, you know what I mean? And so I kind of always wanted to, as a young kid, just balance that out. You know what I mean? I always felt like, not necessarily school, but like education was how you control your life. Like whether you learn how to plumb or learn how to do computers. And I just... So
you value education in high school?
Yeah. Not valued enough to like do what I was supposed to do, but I valued enough to know like this shit ain't fair. That I knew that my niggas wasn't going to school. Like so now as I sit in like meetings and I sit and I consult on a high level, I try to get today's educator to understand things from like my 11, 12-year-old East Nashville perspective. Like they're like, this kid, I'm like, nah, I need you to understand that these niggas ain't thought about school.
Right.
Right.
They like, what you mean? I'm like, I'm telling you, I know people that when we woke up in the morning, coming to school was happening.
Right.
But doing school work,
that's a fact.
And what this gets you in life ain't cross net.
That's a
you know
fact.
What I mean?
I went to MLK for 2 years and then went to Hillwood. And that's so I was like, so MLK was different. First of all, we got backpacks, so the books and shit, the homework was so heavy,
3 hours.
Shit's hurting us.
Yeah.
We all walking like this because there's so much shit, you know what I mean? And it's almost like if you don't turn in your homework, you're a bozo. So it's time to turn in your homework. It's like, fuck, you looking like a clown in there.
And that's what I tell people. It's so like at them schools, bro. Like my granddaddy and my grandma died sophomore year. I'm in school like this, bro, feet up. Teacher like, excuse me, Patrick, you gonna do some work? I'm like, nah. He's like, oh my God, Patrick, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, we can't do this.
Yeah, you felt crazy not doing your work in there.
And so it's like turning work in it wasn't like I'm trying to be smart. It was like I'm just being a kid, and kids do what people do. These people just want to, you know what I mean? So it just let me know that education was real environmental, you know what I mean? So when I started out East, I was working with a group of kids that just couldn't, they were bad at math, bad at reading. And so I was like, forget it, we just gonna take the ACT straight out. I just put a 15 on the board, like everybody get a 15.
Okay, well, hold on. So you went from, did you go to college?
I went to TSU.
Okay, you graduated from TSU.
But even that, like leaving Human Fall going to TSU, people looked at it like I had failed, bro. Like,
and that's because we don't value the HBCU like we should.
They're like,
where'd you go to school?
For me? Oh no, I thought you was.
She legit looked at you.
No, I didn't know. I ain't no telling, but no, I hooped. So I went to school called Milligan. But I wasn't worried about no school.
So you had to put that out there. I hoop, so you can preface like what.
It was because that's the only reason to be out there. I mean, so it's like I got a scholarship. It's in East Tennessee.
Oh,
that's why I found it. That's why I found a lot of bad habits. And it was cool. I just didn't care about. I wanted to hoop. I didn't care about nothing else. I didn't value reading, education, None of that took
And so
away.
even that, 78% of all the kids we see want to go into sports and entertainment. And so what we tell people, we try to repurpose. Like, I don't care if you want to be NBA YoungBoy, but let me talk to you about the work that it takes. Because even now, when you look back, like when you look back at like, I tell people, I used to want to go to the league till I got around ball players. And I was like, oh.
Right.
Oh.
That's what they do.
But
for
then
real.
you understand, like, I had never even been exposed to this in a way that was gonna make me successful. You know what I mean? I'm out here dribbling for 2 hours. I meet Chris Paul. He telling me he doing this shit for 6 hours.
Been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
In a 3-year span, you damn near got 10,000 hours up on me. So what's gonna happen when we meet one on one? You know what I mean? And that's kind of like, I guess, the whole mission, man. Because like you talked about, you got kids that's going home doing 3 hours of homework, and then you got 50 million kids with no backpack. At some point, them kids gonna meet, and it's just
yeah. For real.
So let's talk about Aspire.
Let's talk about it.
Whoa, wait, let's break it down.
Okay,
Oh,
what
my
we
bad.
not
What's the
gonna
TSU?
do is,
Can we not? I'm just saying, we
you're
don't
not
know.
gonna interrupt me this year.
The streets gotta know how Aspire come from TSU.
There we go. Okay.
You know what I
Didn't
mean?
she just say, let's talk?
Nah, but we're gonna skip some of the story.
We
I'm sure we're
Go ahead, break it down, Queen. Go ahead, break it down.
That's what she was trying to do.
Thank you.
Do your thing. It's probably that shingles and that shit ain't even. Go ahead.
You done?
No, you look good, but you know what I mean? The shingles probably got your head. Go ahead.
Anyway,
We're sorry.
let's talk about Aspire.
Let's do that.
Okay. Where did the idea of Aspire come from?
Dealing with people like him
Okay.
and not being funny. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You say he not being funny?
no, I'm saying I'm being
See that
serious.
cap on me. Go ahead. Don't worry about him, bro. Go ahead, do your thing.
But also just being real reflective. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like I said, my first job out of school was in education. I did some tutoring when I was young, so I just enjoyed that. And I was working with kids that like, you ever look, and this is tough. Educators will tell you this, but people won't say it out loud. But when you've been in education long enough, even if you've been around kids long enough, you can look at a kid at like 8 or 9 and know it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yikes.
you can look at a kid like, you 10, you can't read,
Oh, yeah.
your family, you know what I mean? You just like, and then they go, oh, well, you go to high school and the kid like, I want to go play at Kentucky. I think you 17. It's over with. Unless, boom. So we was going around doing what you want to do when you grow up, and the kid was like, I want to be a bus driver. And I remember calling my mentor, like, well, I had a kid that they tell me he want to be a bus driver. Like, and he was like, tell me about the kid. I was like, well, in 8th grade. He's like, what do you read? Like, I was like, it's cool, you know. He's like, can you do math? I was like, I was like, honestly, if he grew up and was a bus driver, made 50, he could provide for his family, he'd be doing all right. And my mentor hit me, he was like, bro, if that kid want to be a bus driver, it's your job to teach him how to own the bus company. And it changed my entire educational paradigm, you know what I mean? Because it let me know that I was operating with a false sense of hierarchy, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of like, yeah, this thing can go on 2-3 buses and really be getting off, you know what I mean? It's my job to kind of teach him that. And so for the next like 2-3 years, I tried to figure out what did that look like from a company standpoint, you know what I mean? And I just based it around transitional training, started doing workshops and asking people to come speak. Then I just started to find different budgets and opportunities to kind of create a vision-based curriculum. And so we go in and we teach kids about, because if somebody can talk to you about their vision early enough, then you can guide them to it. So if he tells me when he's 9, yo, I want to go to the NBA, let's have a real talk about this then. 1, you got to be fucking scoring 30 points in middle school. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least, let's talk about this. What does this look like? You got to do. And for some kids, like, even for him, you look at it like, well, I can play sports and not go to school. But when you be around actual NBA players, most of them really was good at school. Like, did a lot of work. But it's because they were so good that people created a life around them where like, this is all you got to do. But we highlight the LeBrons or the Allen Iversons. I'm like, Allen Iverson ran a 4.4 with a 38-inch vertical and was 1 step away from going to jail forever. Yeah. So imagine all the niggas that was in there without a 4.4. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where Aspire was born, man. Amaro's dreams come true every day. And it's just a matter of like every day somebody out there getting off. Like when he was talking about his show in Atlanta, like he happy, you know what I'm saying? Because he envisioned that. Like it wasn't there before he put the energy there. And I think for our young people, especially minorities in education, they can't be more because they never seen more. You know what I mean? You tell kids something, I want to be a lawyer. You ain't never read a book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but nobody ever told you you're supposed to. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it, man. Just exposure, connection.
Okay, cool. You can ask your question now, Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate you allowing me to
You're
do that.
welcome. We gotta take turns around.
Okay. All right. So so when did you want to start teaching? Did you know you want to do that? Oh, good to see you, man.
What up?
Oh, what's up? I didn't know that was.
I didn't know you over there.
What's up?
Incognito.
Honestly,
Because you gotta have a passion for the kids.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, when I was in high school, I really didn't think none of that shit mattered. You know what I'm saying? I used to be in class like Spanish Y,
What'd you want to be?
pre-cal Y. I used to want to be on Sports Center.
Okay.
But I always knew I either wanted to be on Sports Center or I wanted to like teach. But I wanted to teach like dope shit. I did a presentation my sophomore year at Hume Fogg on was integration worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And it became such like a big deal. My principal didn't want to sit, but my point was we argued and we marched. And in 1960, whatever, we desegregated.
Mm-hmm.
But right now in 2004, Hume Fogg is 98% black and white, and Maplewood was 99% black. I was like, so what did we do?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it became like, I was like, I like this reaction
Mm-hmm.
by taking facts and make people look at them. But
Yeah.
they were, because they human first, they was like, well, we're so diverse. I'm like, well,
Right. Break it
just
down.
say
Yeah.
everybody in here white except 3% of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You might have one of each race, but it's still 98%.
Something
Yeah.
I did like most kids do when I went to school and I majored in something that I thought I liked.
Mhm.
And then I came out and was like, oh, you're a teacher. And I was like, but who wants to make $37,000 a year? And I say this all the time. And even when I go places now and speak and kids say they want to teach, first thing I ask them is, do you want to make $37,000?
Mm.
When I tell them if you don't, then you got to figure out how to turn this into a business, because the best businesses are the one that make you forget that their business is an education.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying?
But that's smart though, man. Because most people would just give up on the teaching.
Nah.
Like, I want to teach, but if it's making that, oh, fuck it, I can't eat off that. So it take a certain set of balls of confidence to say, nah, I'm gonna still teach, but I gotta make it happen by myself.
And it was a blessing. Like I tell you, once you switch your mind to want something, the universe does it. Like I tell guys when I do male sessions, like, if you give a girl 100%, you're gonna get her. Don't matter who she is, because most people in her life only even tried 60-70%. Most people don't even know what 100% look like. They don't even know what it feel like.
Big gems.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine you actually like take a woman and like
What you
you
say?
give her 100% so much
They heard that.
that she don't even think when your phone rings, there's nobody, you know what I mean? And if you get that to your dream, so boom, I had made that point, like, yo, this is what I want to do. And then I found out about Eric Thomas, and I heard him say Nike gave him $10,000 for a speech, and I was like, hold on. Because I had already been giving speeches back to the TSU move. I was SGA president, and so the speech thing was cool. I had made $700 off of a speech for a oratorical contest, and I was like, oh, that was cool. I took it to New York, blew it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard Eric Thomas say that Nike gave him $10,000 for a speech, that was like, I just started thinking rap, like, it's like 10 bands a show. And I think about all the artists that was getting 10 bands a show.
There's a lot of cities in this country.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna start giving speeches. You know what I mean? I was just calling people like churches, lock-ins, weenie weenies.
Yeah.
But I tell people all the time, the thing that made it different for me was when I was starting out getting like $50 or $75 a speech, I was spending $100 on the camera, because I knew that I couldn't go nowhere and be like, yo, I gave a good speech yesterday, trust me. You know what I'm saying? So I was just record. So I had like a portfolio. I just turned myself into like kind of overnight, and then the company evolved from the attention that we was get from speaking. You know what I mean? But the camera, I think, was a vital part. A vital part in it.
Like, when did it start clicking?
The YMCA. So I did a session at the Northwest YMCA.
What year we talking about?
2015.
Okay.
No, so I quit my job in 2012. My very first paid engagement, TSU gave me $700 to do a keynote and 2 workshops.
This was before you quit or after?
Right after. So I quit
Okay.
in December. January I made $700.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm thinking like a street. I'm like, that's so sweet.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you realize like that don't come every week. That don't come every day. That
Right.
don't come every month. But that was still cool. So I was taking little odd jobs. Honestly, shit I forgot about, like macaroni grilling, Opry Mills. Man, I was working at Nike. But anytime a job would like not let me, I was only taking jobs I could quit on the dime. Like, you know what I mean? Because in my head I was, and when I look back on it, this shit is funny. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even really know like what made me think this shit was possible. But I was so arrogant that I would like quit shit. Like I can't go. It was like a $75 speech. But I'm like, I walked out of Nordstrom's. I had like 5 jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then
I'm with you on that for sure.
one day it clicked. You know what I'm saying? One day it clicked. I was doing a contract at the YMCA. They had a USSAA camp that they used to do at Cumberland University.
I remember that USSAA. Yeah.
And Shavika Newsom, I always say she was a women's basketball coach at Fisk, but I showed her my curriculum. I was like, what's your vision, passion? She's like, this is what we're going to do. You're going to come out the camp 3 weeks. You're going to do 2 workshops a week for 3 weeks. And I'm going to give you, I think she said like $2,700. I was like, whoa. Hold on. I was like, that's 2 hours, 6 hours, 27. So in that, I called my business partner and I was like, we switching our whole model. We do workshops now. Because I knew that at that time I was studying Eric Thomas, I was studying Inky, and I was like, the only people that's getting paid $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to do speeches are like famous people and people with one arm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people will give you $25,000, $3,000 for a workshop. Easy, the diversity and inclusion, the leadership training. And so we switched the market, created a workbook, went back into schools, and
what year we talking now? We in 2016, 2017?
Still 2016.
Okay.
At the end of 2016, actually, I got an opportunity to do a contract in New York. So the city of New York put out an RFP for a company to come do leadership training with.
What is this? A company? Or who you talking about?
The city of New York put out an RFP. So like cities, even not anywhere you go, if any kind of contract work you do, people put out requests for work. Right?
You ain't know that nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
I can feel your energy.
I didn't know at the time.
The city of New York.
But that's what I'm saying. I ain't no cities to write check. National ain't wrote me a check. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a request for. This was all new to me, but pretty much I had a guy up there. He had access to a $10,000 contract to do 6 weeks worth of programming with young people. So he pulled us in because at the time we had already had the curriculum. So we pretty much used my curriculum. Because what I did was, and most people don't know, people think I get money to like be a motivational speaker. That's part of it. No, I just started getting like speaking checks. We get checks for doing workshop series places. So we got 18 miles of curriculum. So we teach like vision statement development, passion identification.
What age we talking about?
Man, anywhere from like 7th grade to 40. You know what I'm saying? Anything from 7th grade to 40. Like I ask you, what color is that paper?
That paper is white.
All right, what color are clouds?
That clouds are white as well.
And what do cows drink?
They drink milk.
See that? Cows don't
Do not drink milk.
Damn. This nigga Egyptian. This nigga that got me. I don't know what the fuck they do. They drink water?
Yeah. So now let's go backwards. Why did you say that?
All them white colors you threw in.
Exactly. And so in our imagination session we teach. So I cut my cable off in 2013 because I knew that whatever I wanted to come out of my mouth had to control one in my mind.
Yeah.
Because it's that easy to change someone's mind. Like cows don't drink milk, but because I gave you white twice and in a very fragile way. It wasn't even like intentional marketing. And you knew I was trying to get you to do something. Like you knew a trick was coming of some sort.
He said white.
But your mind still couldn't, you know what I mean? So that's what we do. We do modules. We do those in 60 to 90 minute sessions.
Okay.
And we sell those in bulk. So we turned that curriculum in with the RFP to do 6 workshops like that. And we ended up getting about 60% of a $10,000 contract. But the client didn't know that I lived in Nashville. So I was flying to New York every Thursday. But at this time, I had just got a job with Metro Nashville Public Schools. And so it was cool. And I
was that a 9 to 5 week?
9 to 5,
okay,
every day.
So you couldn't fly?
No, I had to come to a point. This is kind of the most pivotal. That's why I tell everybody about dream building. And I kind of put a quote out today on Instagram. It said that the less accessible you are, the more desirable you become. And so I had made up in my mind that I gotta go do this contract and I gotta tell my principal, and he probably gonna tell me I can't do it and then I'm gonna have to quit. So I went and I told him, yo, I got this contract in New York, and at that time he was still thinking like, yo, little company, and it was cool, but in my head, I'm from out east, like we don't really come from like big means, so in my head, $10,000 was like, I was really big tested in the meeting, like I just signed a deal for $10,000.
Right, I'm good.
I felt like I had just signed a bad boy. You know what I mean? But in my head, I'm still knowing like I want this job, I want the benefits.
Yeah, that stability.
So I was like, yo, I gotta go to New York, and at that time the contract was to do. So imagine like Hadley Park, right? With the project. So in New York, every project housing has a community center in the center of it.
Right.
And so my contract was to do 2 of them, one on Friday, one on Saturday. So I had to leave Nashville on Thursday night, get to New York on Friday, carry 100 and some odd workbooks to Spanish Harlem. So I'm walking through Spanish Harlem at like 6:30, and I tell people all the time, to this day, I feel like that they didn't bother me because they knew I was there to do work with the shorty. Cause I'm looking like a lick, bro. Like
right.
I'm looking like a lick carrying this shit on the subway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boom. So we got that, and that's when I knew it was real. Like when I was flying back and forth to New York, and it did such a good thing for me because being at the crib, everybody was like, "Oh, he made it." You know what I mean?
Right,
Flying back and forth to New York every week. I'm getting like cheap StubHub tickets to Madison Square Garden. I'm still like recording the whole process. You know what I mean? And so that same 10,000 that took us 6 weeks to make, we then came home and I did a 2-day retreat at Fisk and a 2-day retreat at University of DC, and then we made 10,000 in 4 days. And from that point, it was like, all right, let's figure this out. PatFX 1 drops, and we moved.
What year we talking about now? 2018?
PatFX was out there the whole time, but in this point, we come back and we started adding the book now to schools. So now when schools want me to come speak, they buying 100 books, they buying 200 books, they buying 40 books. So the volume started going quicker. So we ended up moving about 1,800 of those, you know, about $20 a unit. And at that point, and I still was working, still to this day, still developed that contract with Metro.
When did you write PatFX?
I wrote it in my phone starting in about 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be, and still to this day, they started in my phone. Volume 2, I got all the way to, it's gonna be 4 volumes of PatFX, and they all on my phone. But it started because when I first, and probably you guys can speak to it as well, but when you first like start trying to build a dream, it's like you playing one-on-one with yourself. And so I read this book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and that's probably when the journey first started. I had to be like 24, 25. And it had these like 7 things that you're supposed to do every day, like spend time in nature, eat something fresh. And so I used to write them, and if I did it, I would give my future self a point. And if I didn't do it, I used to give my old self a point. And like 3 weeks in a row, my old self was winning. I was like, fuck that. You know what I mean? I just stopped eating meat, stopped eating beans. I mean, I just went on a fast, and then it just went, you know what I mean? It went crazy.
Okay.
And what was the name of that book?
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Okay.
The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
I'm gonna check it out. I ain't even heard of it.
Man, it's real. It's eye-opening. But I say that to say, when you get to that point, you realize there ain't nothing stopping you but you. You know what I mean? And then you start to have like real conversations. So I was having these conversations with myself. It was like I was just putting them in my phone. You know what I mean? Like, man, the true meaning of life is to do the things you love with the people you love. And I started reading them out loud. Like, yeah, that kind of dope. What if I put that in my book? You know what I mean? That's actually one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I looked up at my phone and I had about 230 of them. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna put them in the book. So the first book got 25 in them. PatFX Volume 2 I have 50 in them. Volume 3 I have 75. Volume 4 I have 100. And then we'll do a collector's item with all of them, and we done. Hopefully by that time we'll be on like movies or something. You know.
Nice, man.
So when does the second volume drop?
February. At some point in February.
So you got pre-orders going on right now, correct?
Yeah, we got pre-orders right now. The second volume, we raised the price a little bit, but we got pre-orders. It comes with a free limited edition poster for the first 200 orders. You can order right now at PatrickWalkerReese.com. 50 quotes. This time we did something a little different. We hired a graphic team to create PatFX as a character. So Pat is now a visual representation of those inner conversations. And so one of the quotes I like a lot in this new book is that if you pay attention, most of us are just paying for attention. And in that quote, you'll see our designer. He takes little Pat and he has a phone and it has a light kind of jumping up out of the phone. You know what I mean? It's kind of, and so each quote now is represented by really, really high functional art, abstract but meaningful. And so we're gonna play a lot off the art of it with this book. But we really just want people to kind of dive in and just think about those hurdles and those barriers that stop you when you're trying to build the road to your dreams. I tell people often, like when I come in, like even when I talk to y'all, like I never really ask nobody what they do because I don't care, because most people are not doing what they want to do. So I don't care what you're doing if it's not what you want to do, even if you make a shitload of money doing it. Like if you're a pilot but you really want to be in the circus, I want to talk to you about being in the circus. So you know what I'm saying? Like, because the pilot shit not going to be interesting to me because, you know what I mean, I get the joy of like doing shit I want to do for a living, you know what I mean? And so, so hopefully Volume 2 will just kind of encourage those conversations, and we think it's well written, so that just kind of seventh graders or even your daughters can understand concepts like paying for attention, but also adults can understand it, and we hope that the person begins to take on his own kind of like symbolism as well. So
Okay. We was talking before we started about, I want anybody to answer this. We was talking, you said something about how do you chase a dream that you can't see or that you haven't seen? And
what keeps you chasing it? Yeah.
So I want to know your answer first, and we're gonna go around. I kind of want to know everybody's vibe on that, really. But that's some tough shit, and I think it'll help people listening.
I'm gonna make it quick because I want to hear from y'all. But I tell people all the time, like, arrogance is worship, but we talk about humility, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so people will tell you face to face that being arrogant is wrong, but you have to be arrogant to dream chase in a sense. You know what I'm saying? For you to think that the universe is gonna will this to you and that you actually deserve things that you've never seen before, for you to make the necessary sacrifices to make some of this shit happen, it almost gotta be, you know what I mean? When I think about now, like how broke I was walking out of Macaroni Grill, flying to LA for New Year's Eve, like, well, you got about 700 to your name, stupid ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was like, shit gonna be alright. You know what I mean? That's arrogant. You know what I mean? And there's no humility in that, but that takes like a core belief. And so for me, I think that's what it is, like a deeper level of belief. But it also comes from you going through so much shit that you believe in yourself. Like, you like, shit, that happened in 2018 and I ain't died, so we're gonna keep going.
Absolutely. Shakan, what do you think it takes to chase your dream, even though you ain't seen it? Like, how do you move forward when you chasing something you never seen? Like, what's the key motivation? Like, so you almost got to be crazy to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like quitting your job.
Actually, no, almost.
Like you quitting your job for a $700 check. That's crazy.
Crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So you gotta have something in you to be like, fuck it. I'm something that don't nobody. My mama and them might not know about me. So what makes you? What do you think makes somebody do that?
I mean, I would stick along the same lines as what Pat was saying as far as like arrogance, but I would be like confidence and passion.
Yeah.
The only reason I say arrogance because when you get out there, you realize confidence ain't enough.
It's true.
You gotta take it to the next level.
Yeah. But passion, like your passion, it should drive you and push you forward. So that's what.
Okay.
That would be my.
Big Ange, what you got?
I don't know how, basic my little answer is gonna sound, but
Don't do that. Start over.
okay, I'm gonna say.
Teachable moment, right?
It might sound like it's just somebody else. I'm not saying it about myself. I'm saying it, whatever.
You might make it simple.
But they do it for the fear of sounding arrogant. Because to say the opposite, like, yo, I'm about to say some dynamic shit. That sound arrogant.
Right. Try to break it down.
It's only arrogant if the shit you say ain't dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
If it's dynamic, then you just told the truth.
There it is.
So anyway, I am going to say, oh my gosh, whatever. I'm going to say love. I mean, I don't know if that goes on the same line as your passion thing, but I'm going to say love, and love for, like, just thinking about myself and like my quote unquote dreams. Love for people and the love for my past trauma, to be completely honest with you, is what keeps me on the line of, this is definitely going to happen, and it has to happen for X, Y, Z.
That's
so
good.
Hell yeah.
No,
100% agree.
Yep. For me, I would say purpose, and I feel like I owe the world something, and I gotta give it to them. And every day that I'm bullshitting, they ain't getting it.
Yes.
So I wake up every morning thinking, they gotta get this shit. So even if I present you, so let's say I give you a show or I give you a project, and you're like, I feel like, I don't think, it's over with. I think I got to go back to the kitchen and cook up because y'all niggas don't understand it yet. So I got to cook up, and I feel like I owe the world. I feel like we all have something in us that the world needs, and I feel like I got to cook it up until I perfect it.
Comedy, that's yours?
Yeah.
How you know that? Like, what make you?
That's one thing that came natural.
Mm-hmm.
So I did music for a while because I liked it, but it wasn't necessarily natural. And the money started getting funny, but I realized that comedy just came natural to me. And then when I started doing comedy, I started seeing different things coming towards me as far as like the universe and success outside of music. I was doing music hardcore, and wasn't nothing happening ever. And I feel like I was cold. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I was cold. I was like, ain't shit moving. I did comedy like for 2 weeks. I was like, oh, okay, I'm moving for real. And then I was like, as opposed to waiting to get booked by Zanies.
I can agree. I think you're probably way funnier than you are.
Yeah,
as a rapper.
for sure, no doubt about it. And then it started feeling good, and then I started investing more time in it. You know what I mean? And then I started doing the business side of comedy as opposed to just waiting for Zanies. I'm like, I'm booking my own shows. Fuck that shit. I'm 30. I can't wait 5 years for Zanies to respect me and book. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna book my own goddamn show. Plus Zanies, I fuck with them. But I did a show with Zanies. I got $15. I did my own show. Got $650.
How long you been doing comedy?
Yeah.
Oh man, listen to me, man, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me. If we had comedies in here, like if the owner of Zane said here right now and heard you say he would feel so disrespected about the act of comedy that you felt like in a year you're supposed to get more than $15.
Right, exactly. That's why. I mean, I be trying to tell comics, I'm like, bro, we can get this bread. They're like, bro, hell no, wait for Zanies. I'm like, bro, fuck that. And on top of that, a lot of people that own these comedy bars be white. A lot of shit I be talking about, it might be offensive.
No, you don't hear what I'm saying. If you got $15, you should have been grateful for that.
It was $15 was cool, but I'm thinking I was hyped.
You only been doing it a year.
But she passed me a check for $15.
Yeah, my first check was $25.
Yeah, so I took the check and I said, no, mind you, it was cool. I was grateful for the opportunity, but I was thinking.
And you did it right because you went and held the business.
And I realized also, I was like, Zany, the power is they got the people. You see what I'm saying? So if I get the people, if I can get 100 people to fuck with me every time, and they paying 10, 15.
You gotta do both.
Exactly. So I fuck with Zany because they got people, but I'm like, while y'all letting me come through every few months, I'm gonna go ahead and get that $650 a show, and then I come to y'all every now and then just to, you know what I mean, to do it. But I'm like, man, I feel like it's a whole lane out wide open.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
But I fuck with Zanies. I fuck with the comedy. I fuck with all that shit. But I'm like, I can't wait. A lot of these dudes going comedy 22 years old. I ain't got no time for that.
You got 15 years of this in you?
Oh man, it's lifetime. It's over with. That's all I'm gonna do.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this on left. I'm gonna do this communist shit for the rest of my life, and I'm done. I feel like the time of me figuring out life is over with. Now I figured it out, and I'm gonna just do that. You know what I mean? Because 20s, you trying to figure it out. And that, I mean, so you can't master nothing because you're trying to figure out what you're good
So
at.
what we try to do as a company is repurpose sports, entertainments, and the business sector to help people figure it out early. So we ask it, like,
perfect.
if a kid tell me he want to rap, y'all probably see some of my videos on YouTube. If a kid tell me he want to rap, first thing I'm going to say, room full of 3,000 people, I'm going to tell him, rap.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to rap right here. Then you don't want to be a rapper. Stop saying it. You want to be a kid that tells people he wants to be a rapper. Because if you were a rapper, you know what you would do.
Spit that.
Rap.
Yeah, and you would have been ready.
And there's only one way to become a rapper.
Rap.
By rapping.
Yeah.
Your favorite rapper got a deal by doing what?
Right.
Yeah.
Period. So don't forget all that other loop-de-doo shit you see in the world. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, bro.
And that's the thing. And so that's cool to hear. That's cool to hear.
So let's segue into our think tank. Since you started us off with that question. Our think tank is a bowl full of just different questions.
You ever had the fish at the fair with the goldfish? I had one. He died in about 3 days.
And I can't stand it. He did it on purpose.
I use a fish tank. We talking about goldfish and shit. Go ahead.
This is a think tank.
It's a shark tank.
Okay.
Yeah,
So anyway,
yeah.
it's full of different questions, comments. You just want to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Bet. I'm with that. I'll do that. That's what I do. First thing that comes to my mind is my side.
Here we go.
It could be
I
any type
read it out
of
loud.
Yes.
What part of your culture are you most and least proud of? Look at the universe. No, I be talking. That's all I talk about is culture. The part of my culture that I'm most proud of is the fact that, African Americans represent the most powerful, prominent, valuable group of people arguably in the history of the world. When you think about what we've endured and the economic prowess that was built off of our trauma. What I'm least proud of is the way that we as a people overlook that and give it away so commonly. I often use references to think, how powerful it is for, in the 1960s, it was illegal for us to do this in Alabama, you know what I'm saying? But now you can get millions of people that look like me to wear Alabama on the shirt.
Yeah.
That's almost like,
Thanks.
right now if you go to Alabama, they with this shit. But on Saturday morning in your living room, you will scream that. and most of those people still alive in the same sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They feel the same way.
And so it's like, if I'm them, and I look at you watching me cheer for the only 11 of you that I will ever like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, cool. I don't gotta worry about them.
Exactly.
They alright. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm most proud of our power, of our significance, and I'm least proud of how we give it away.
Cool. Mr. Black.
If your life was a movie, what songs would be on the soundtrack? Damn,
Give him 2.
that's tough. If I Rule the World, I like that. That's my joint right there.
Which one? Lauren or Wayne?
Nas and Lauren Hill.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna say Wayne.
Nah, Wayne's some cool. His shit didn't age well. If we're being real. If we're being real, that shit was. We said Baby the X was phenomenal. But nah, I don't know. Probably some old Jay before he sold us out. You know what I mean? So.
2020.
Here we go.
Not I'm saying, but some old J. I fuck with any old J. Any old
You had to
J.
say the before he sold us out part. Leave that.
People might be
Leave
thinking,
that.
I thought you didn't like him. I don't. But before he did, he had
You
some
said old J. They got you.
old J. Sean.
We already know your thoughts.
We're not starting today.
Hands what you got.
I'm sorry.
Uno or phase 10? Uno.
Uno what?
Hands down.
What's phase 10?
Phase
You
10
ain't
is
never
lit.
played Phase 10?
Nah,
School programs for this guy.
Oh.
Phase 10 is
I played
No phone
Stratego.
company for this
Play
guy.
what?
Stratego.
That's a church group.
That's a fact. Fact.
I'm telling you.
All right, go ahead. I fuck with Uno.
Do you know how to play spades? Of
That's
course.
disrespectful.
That's a lot of people that don't know how to play spades.
And do
It might be, I don't
Are you
know.
capping for the camera?
Of course I know how to play spades. Me and Dub over there used to run the table back in high school.
Ooh, that's real. NSA days?
Yes.
Yep, NSA days. Shout out to NSA.
Okay. You don't play spades?
No, when I was in, we played chess, and half the people didn't know how to play.
Ah,
They still
okay.
Most people.
Right. No, spades is a game.
So what you think the long-term net worth is on the spades table versus the chess table?
Network.
What kind of kids you was playing chess with? versus
Man,
kids
bro,
that was
that, I
playing
don't even
spades
know.
with?
I don't even shoot. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
But spades, yeah, you know
chess
spades.
club
That's
motherfucker,
whatever.
they
But
is.
chess mess around. They living in Germany.
Do y'all know how to play spades?
They used to call me Spades.
Oh yeah.
What you doing, Spades?
Wait, hold on, time out. And you know how to play spades?
Damn.
See, that question was for you then. 'Cause
Right.
I don't think
I
you
know
know.
how to play
I
spades.
already gave my answer. I said yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
ain't confident in that answer.
We don't believe that.
Sound like a renege. Sound like a renege.
I know how to play. I wouldn't want to be a
That's a
partner.
renege.
You can't be my partner sounding like that. You're
no.
not confident.
Nah, she can't be my
See,
partner.
I mean, I will go in and say that. You probably don't want me as a partner.
Nah, I
That means
can't.
she undercut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She undercutting up
It's very
Wait a
true.
minute,
Okay.
I heard the big. What's the other one? Big Wiz was like the chess to checkers. Like her spades.
Big Wiz?
Big
Wiz.
Big
That's what I heard.
Wiz.
Verify that. That is how I play. But you
Big
don't talk.
Wiz?
Big Wiz. Or weird, whatever.
You gonna know something weird.
I don't know
man.
how to play that one. Still, I heard that was a chess.
So Pat,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
just want to say thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Appreciate
good
that.
shit.
You guys are
28th and
hilarious.
Jefferson. Let the people know where they can follow you. Reiterate again when Pat Facts Volume 2 drops.
Pat Facts Volume 2 will drop in February. Be on the lookout. We're probably going to drop a literacy campaign. I probably didn't buy my first book till I was in my 20s, so I realized if we want young people to get the book, we got to get somebody else to pay for it, right?
Mhm.
So we're going to drop a literacy campaign. Research says that probably 1 in every 4 black kids will be illiterate by the time they're 18. And there's a direct correlation between. So that's the biggest part behind the book, man, is to just encourage people to read. You know what I mean? I feel like, when I walk into a school, I never had a teacher that cared about being fly. I never had a teacher that I was like, I'll be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And I carry that hat heavily, you know what I'm saying, when I walk into a school. And so February we'll drop Pat Facts, the literacy campaign. You'll see working on a couple things. So we appreciate you guys having us, man. You can follow me, Patrick WALKER-REESE, Instagram, or just type my name in your Safari or anywhere you Google things. And
Real quick, what books would you recommend? What books you reading right now?
right now I'm reading a book called Profit First.
Okay.
So shouts out to my banker. I just opened up 5 new business accounts to separate profits, tax, owner shares, and income. Okay. So I'm reading Profit First. That was a recommendation from my homegirl Jerry. She owns a couple juice shops around DC called Turn It Natural. Then the other book I'm reading is The Power of Two. It talks about all of the relationships in your life that you overlook. So it talks about like John Stockton and Malone, Hewlett Packard, Walt Disney and his partner. And it talks about some of the biggest partnerships that changed the world. And talks about what made them almost like Hewlett Packard decided their name off of a coin toss, right? So it could have easily been Packard Hewlett, but that don't really sound as cool, and we don't know if they would have sold as many computers, right? And so me and my business partner, we argue a lot. And so just different people have different opinions and shit. So that book really helps me like understand those one-on-one relationships.
Are you doing a book signing?
Yes, we'll do a book signing. I want my book signing to be like the biggest shit in the city. I want you to feel lame if you don't come. You know what I'm saying?
Real, man.
But
you know,
please, y'all come.
Yeah, for sure. We'll push that for sure, man. That's big time.
I'm put it out there. I would love for it to be at the public library.
Okay.
Which one?
I want to do downtown.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing but a call.
And so they got some fees and different things, but I just think that would be really dope. And yeah, so we just want to push it, man. I just got this crazy. I'd like pushing it like an album or something. You know what I mean?
That's lit, bro.
I will say this book is not the regular price of a book. We took the real Nipsey Hussle approach, and so you know. It's the book $50. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at that.
But it come with posters, it come with stickers, it come with information. But it's 50 quotes, and I had to ask myself, like, the life that I put into each quote was worth at least $1. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you know, instead of them 2 drinks, Josh,
I ain't mad at 50 for a book. I swear. I pay 50 for a book, especially when my homie or somebody from the town wrote the book. Respect. That's all day.
Respect.
That's all day.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool. And you know, you can always follow us at...
I'm at SirJoshuaBlack.com. Also, NashvilleCPUSA.com. I just started a communist party in the city, so fuck with me.
Hey, man, we gotta get you linked in with Zach, man. He just started his tour.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach, come on. I'm putting it right here on this.
Oh, you talking about Zach Book? Oh, yeah, I fuck with Book. Yeah. Let's get it popping.
His comedy show coming through here.
That's independent. He's doing it himself, ain't it?
Of course.
I'm telling you, it's a revolution coming in comedy shit.
It's in partnership with MAP, the agency.
That's fire, bro.
It's all about independence, bro.
I love that shit, bro. Fuck that. It's new out here. We got and I learned that from the rappers. The rappers stopped doing them labels and got their own bread.
Hey, don't let all of them cap to you. A lot of them still take.
That's true. Them 360s. I ain't on 360 me. I want my own bread. Fuck them. I don't want no manager. I want no agent. I want me. But anyway,
he say that.
Right.
Somebody offer him 250 cash right now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Right.
I like how you didn't, take offense to the fact that she said Zach was funny.
Well, like I said, some people
and
like.
she threw shots like.
Some people like.
I'm glad that you didn't take offense to it. That's all I was gonna say.
Pizza is
like
good.
You said, chicken.
Pizza is good. Fried chicken
Beyonce,
is good.
just like you said.
Somebody might like pizza more than chicken.
You're right.
But chicken gonna get mad. That's chicken, fam. Chicken gonna eat regardless. Chicken ain't gonna. Oh, you like pepperoni pizza? He gonna get.
So which one are you in this scenario?
I'm fried chicken. but what pizza ain't worried about me. Pizza gonna eat too. Cause pizza gonna eat all day. It's just you see what I'm saying.
I was proud of you for what I'm saying.
Well, I want to see you on the stage. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna make that happen. I think you're funny.
Thank you.
I really enjoy.
I got a new threesome joke.
I really enjoy.
You got to fit that.
All right.
From real life.
And you can find me at BigAnge615 _. Also, don't forget to follow the Grown Woman Podcast.
Okay.
Yes. And then you can follow me at Bubbly Beauty 3. You can also follow at MassCtv and 28th and Jefferson Podcast on Instagram. Also, be sure to follow, subscribe, like all that good stuff. We're trying to go live on YouTube. So make sure you check out our YouTube videos at 28th and Jefferson. Subscribe. Is it 28th and Jefferson Podcast or just at 28th and Jefferson?
28th and Jefferson.
28th and Jefferson on YouTube. Make sure you check out our videos.
Subscribe,
like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We trying to put Nashville on the map.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
We out.
So they what is my
Wow. Appreciate good people at MassCtv, man. Listen. The platform. Media is the new wave. Creativity, entrepreneurialism is the new wave, man. We got to control our own media outlets. I'm excited to be here. Excited to be a part. Long overdue. Happy to start 2020, man. This interview right here will probably break some records down the road. We'll look back on this in a few years and remember how we brought 2020 in, man. I appreciate y'all having me. It's Patrick WALKER-REESE, the Dream Builder.
One hit. Appreciate you.